welcome back to my channel, and I hope you can't hear the music that's playing in the background. Because I can't do anything about it, it's my neighbors. Well, more like my landlord, but let's not get into that. Anyways, welcome back to my channel, my nerd corner. Hello, Meru here. What's up? This time we're gonna be talking about My Hero Academia chapter. It doesn't say. Chapter 327. The newest chapter. This is gonna be a new mini-series where I'm gonna do every Sunday. I'm going to review One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Dr. Stone for whatever's left. I know that Dr. Stone is probably in its last arc, and so is My Hero Academia, but there are talks that My Hero Academia might probably have a spin-off. There is already a spin-off of My Hero Academia, but we might see more of like the adult heroes dealing with that kind of stuff. But alas, Deku is finally back with the rest of the Class 1A. All the boys of Class 1A just shove him and start giving him a fucking bath because the boy is dirty and musky. So they just start leather, rinse, repeat. They're just cleaning this man like he's never been cleaned before. He's not moving an inch. He's just being covered in water and soap, and then just dunk him into the sauna, or like the bath, and then they're like, oh, everything can be solved if you take a good bath. So they're taking a nice good bath, and then Bakugo is being like, no, you gotta clean him more before you throw him in the water, idiots. You know, Bakugo being Bakugo. And Togami's like, oh, even after like your big ass apology, you're still a dick. And Bakugo's like, yeah, because I still want to be number one, bitch. Like, y'all are still my enemies. Y'all are still my rivals, so I'm gonna be a dick. But Bakugo has grown a lot since chapter 1. Straight up, like, he's changed so much since chapter 1. He still acts like a dick, but deep down, like, you know that he really does care for Deku. He really does care for all his classmates. He's just a tsundere. He's just a straight up tsundere. But he's like, Deku, you're still my enemy. All of you are my enemy. Not enemy, more like rivals. Y'all are my rivals, so let's take care of that. And then Deku asks about Uraraka, and he says that a couple of other people as well have gone to sleep because they were tired. You know, they did a lot. Why is that light fading? Why did the light fade? Oh, it's my phone. Light. Let's have a scary movie. Ooh. I need to get a lighter. A light. I need to get a light. Anyways, they finally finish the bath, and Deku asks about Uraraka, and her and a couple of other students have gone to sleep because they're tired. You know, they just had a whole fight and a whole thing trying to get Deku back. So, Mina's like, oh, they're, like, we got your message. We figured out, all about it one for all. Like, how, they're all asking, like, how does it feel? And then, forget Tape Boy. I'm bad at names. If you haven't seen it in my other videos, I'm bad at names. Anyways, Tape Boy, he's like, oh, I hope you guys can't hear that music. He goes, like, literally broke bone breaking, as we know. That's a cute little, like, fourth wall break, because it's like, yeah, he's literally broken his, like, we know how it feels. It's bone breaking, literally. Like, this kid broke his bones just because of his quirk. Like, you can guess how that feels. And then fucking Todoroki comes out with, like, the little poses, like they're, like, washing his hair like a pretty boy. He's all like, oh, Midoriya must be exhausted. Let's let him sleep. Why else did we drag him back here? And then Minetta's like, did you just naturally make an appearance doing that pose? He's all like, oh, like, we need to let Deku rest. And the Minetta's like, Bruh, what are you, a model? Okay, I'm not a big fan of Mineta, but Mineta's kind of funny. Mineta's kind of funny, at least in this chapter. And then he goes like, he's like talking with Tape Boy, and he's like, rate my pose, and he's like, expulsion out of 10. He's like, you suck, don't do that again. It's really cute. But Deku's like, oh, I can't sleep yet, I want to apologize to All Might for, being such a dick, and then, but he's like, oh, but he's not answering my phone calls, and then Todoroki's just points to outside, and he sees that, All Might is just, like, stalking them through the window. And then he just comes in and he's like, hey, I'm sorry for, I haven't been of help lately. I've just kind of been useless. And Deku's like, no, you've helped me out a lot. You've done a lot to help me out. The food that you gave me is what gave me strength to keep going. And we can do this. And we can do it together. Him and Ida are like, yeah, we shall protect all we hold dear together. And he's like, yeah, I'll show these kids I can catch up to the heights they reached. So he's like, really he's trying really hard to be of use, because it really must be hard being like the strongest person in the world. Like, everybody looks up to you. You're like, you save people left and right. That's your goal in life, is you're just saving people for like years. You save everybody, and then suddenly out of nowhere you become useless and you can't help anyone, and like everything is happening and you can't really do anything against it. That's how All Might feels. He's just like, oh fuck, like I used to be this light, this like knight in shining armor, like I was the light in people's lives, and now I can't do anything to save anybody. Like, I'm weak, I need to be saved. So that's like a lot of character development in terms of him dealing with all that stuff and how to be a good mentor to Izuku, because he hasn't really done a really good job when it comes to Izuku. He's kind of been like, he's tried his best, we know that, but Izuku is kind of fucked up because of a lot of the choices that All Might made, but like he did his best. And now we see, the fruit of his labor being Izuku, and Izuku, like, so far he's gotten a lot of character development. He's become really, really courageous. Well, he's always been courageous, but now he just has this strength, both mentally and physically, where he can just do more than he ever imagined. And, it's just a really good relationship between them, and I just really like it. And then they basically just apologize to each other. And then, earlier in the chapter, we see Tokoyami asking, like, wondering about Hawks. He's like, Hawks isn't even answering my phone calls. And then Mina's like, oh, are you mad or something? And then, Tokoyami's like, that he's just concerned with Hawks. It's his mentor. He's concerned about him, and he tells All Might to, like, hey, tell him to text me sometime, I want to talk to him. And then, we see Todoroki bringing a blanket and putting it over Deku because he finally calmed down and finally fell asleep. And then they're like, oh, but they're even with me, like, I know that the refugees, they don't really want Deku to be here because he's a target. He has a target in his back. But then he's also like, I also have a target on my back because Dabi wants me. Just because me being the son of Endeavor and Dabi's brother, I have a target in my back as well. So they're not really, that hype that I'm here either. But he says that he's changed, that he's better, like he knows what he's supposed to do. He knows who he is. He doesn't have an identity crisis anymore. And you see this nice little smile that he's just confident, which we've never really seen him with this kind of face before, because Todoroki is confident in different terms. Like, he's not confident with himself, he's confident with his power. He knows that he has the power to do a lot of things, but he's not confident in himself when it comes to his family line and who he is. But now, after he's grown with Endeavor, I'll talk about Endeavor in a bit, but now that he has learned a bit more about his father and about his brother and all this other stuff. He's grown a lot in terms of his own, like, identity, and, like, he's really a lot more confident now. And then we see Jiro have the idea that they should all do like the music that they did, like the songs, to sing, maybe have a little concert, go beyond and all, have a little concert to maybe cheer people up and help them accept both Todoroki and Deku, even if they do have a target in their backs, to accept them and, help them feel better, which is a great idea. Jiro is like, it was a really good idea, and that's gonna change a lot of people's minds when it comes to Todoroki and Deku, because they kind of change. They're kind of positive, but not really. Like, most of the people are still kind of not really into having Deku here, and or Todoroki. Like, 1 is enough, 2 is too much. That's probably what's going on through their minds. Like, oh, like, we already have to deal with Todoroki being here and, the Son of Endeavor. But now, also, Deku, we have to deal with him too. And, it's overwhelming. It's probably really overwhelming for these people to just, have so many things going on. Like, they lost their homes. They lost a lot of things. Maybe they lost family. They lost, like, a lot of possessions, and, they've lost a lot of things, so it's really hard to think, like, oh, like, one of the reasons why all of this is happening has to start living with you. That, like, it's really hard to move on from that. So, like, I see where the people are coming from, but I also, I like Deku. He's great, so I want him to be happy, and he's adorable. But after the group decide that they're gonna be doing that, like a little concert or whatever, we cut back to the Supermobile. It looks like the Batmobile. It's the car with Best Jeanist and Hawks. And they're talking about, like, what are the next steps and what's been going on, how much time they have. And apparently it's, like, 2 months, more or less, of what they have. And then we figure out that Endeavor's still, like, kind of, like, flying around. And they found out some information, some security records from Tartarus because of Stain and his love for All Might. So he made a letter to All Might. And it was like a love letter to All Might with information about Tartarus. So, like, he's not, because you gotta recognize that Stain is, yes, he's a hero killer, and he did hurt a lot of innocent people, but he himself isn't a bad person. Stain has a very chaotic, like a lawful chaotic kind of personality. He has a goal in mind and a set of rules, and anybody who breaks those rules for him, they're considered like bad people. So he got out of his way to hurt people who don't confide with his point of view. But since All Might was the hero of heroes, he looked up to him, and now he gave him, all the information that he needed to fight again, or all the information that he could give him to fight against One for All. One for All? Yeah, One for All. It's confusing. The powers are confusing. Ugh. But I'm really interested to see how this is going to evolve. Because there's like a lot going on with Shigaraki, and we haven't seen the villains in a while, so it's all have been like 1A and Deku and all this stuff. So I'm really interested to see how they're doing, because Shigaraki wasn't looking that great. He was kind of destroyed. So I want to know how that ended up, and Toga and Dabi. Speaking of Dabi, Um, I am. I'm not the biggest fan of Endeavor. I love his character. I don't like him as a person. His character is well written. He's like, it's like, yeah, he's a dick. I hate him. I hate his guts. But I have to admit, he's really well written. Like, the way that he's just trying to be better, even after everything that he did wrong, which he did a lot of things wrong. Like, the man deserves to be in jail for being an abuser, basically. But he's been an awful father, but he's still a hero. He's still a really good hero, and he does the best that he can, in adversity. And he didn't give up. A lot of other heroes have given up, and he's still there. He's still fighting. He's still working hard. He's still trying his best, and I think his relationship with his kids have gotten a little bit better. And his wife, I don't know if Ray is now completely out of the hospital. Like, I don't know, they haven't really shown any of that, so it's really hard to tell. But I think he is getting he's getting a better relationship with his kids, and Todoroki doesn't see him as bad anymore. Todoroki has had a bit of respect for his father now, and I'm not saying he deserves it, but he does deserve the benefit of the doubt. Now that he's the number one hero, he has the world in his shoulders, and he's seeing the error of his ways, and he's just trying his best to just be a good father, be a good hero, be a good icon. And he already failed at the father part, but he's trying his best to fix that. But if you pay attention to like all the stuff, that's like 20 years worth of trauma from his kids. That's at least 20 years worth of trauma. And then Todoroki has 16 years worth of trauma, the poor kid. Like, I feel him. It's a lot of hardships that they've been through, but I think, I would like to see the two of them coming together to defeat Dabi. I don't think Dabi is strong enough to beat both Endeavor and Todoroki at the same time when they're in full power. Because Todoroki's OP as hell. Todoroki has the power of both ice and fire. This man is OP as hell. But, I don't think Dabi has the power to, beat both of them. So maybe it's gonna be just a fight between Dabi and Todoroki. Maybe it's just gonna be a fight between Dabi and Endeavor. Maybe it's both. I don't know. I'm really, intrigued. Really excited to see where this goes. And, next chapter, I'm expecting to see more of 1A and with Deku. I really don't know what else. Maybe some more info on the villains. Maybe we'll cut back to the villains and see how they're faring, how they're doing, what they're planning. Maybe we'll cut to that, or maybe it'll just be about 1A. I don't know, but it was a good chapter. It was really interesting to see how other students felt. Mineta has been getting a lot of screen time. There's this little, the funny joke between the fandom that Mineta's bisexual and he's in love with Deku, which, sure, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Everybody in 1A is bisexual. There you go. No one is straight. I'm kidding. That's a joke. Okay. I do have a bit of shipping in it, but it's not oh my god, I want them to end up together. I'm just if they end up together, that'd be cute. But I know Deku and Uraraka are gonna end up together. I know that probably Kirishima and Mina are gonna end up together, even though the two of them have absolutely no chemistry. But alas, and I know that Jiro and Kaminari are probably gonna end up together, even though Jiro deserves to be with Momo instead, because the two of them together are so fucking cute. But alas, I know. Honestly, kind of the one of the straight ships that I have is Tokoyami and Tsuyu. I don't know why. Birdman with Frog Girl. I don't know why. I just think they're really cute because that Tokoyami, he's so dark and gloomy, and then Tsuyu's so, like, cheery and chill. She's just like, yeah, cool. Let's just do things. I love Tsuyu. She's one of my favorite characters of all time. Not of all time, but, like, of My Hero Academia. She's one of my favorite in there. And I just really like her. We didn't see any of her this chapter, which was sad. I hope we get to see some more Tsuyu in the future. Because I really like her. She's a really cool, like, really cute character. I like her. She's very fun. But, yeah, that's probably enough. That's all my thoughts on the newest chapter of My Hero Academia, and I'll probably be doing more of this next week. Depending on how much... I need to force myself to do this, because I really enjoy it, and I really want to, like, see other people that like the stuff that I like. So, yeah, My Hero Academia fans, hello, welcome, and comment down below what you thought of the chapter and what you thought about my thoughts as well. Like, let's have a conversation down in the comments below about all the fun things from this show and this manga and just the story overall and how it's going. I hope you have a great day, and like, comment, and subscribe. That'll be enough for me today, and thank you for watching. Meru out. Bye bye.